Crystal again, back at the studio doing some Acro Technique. This video is going to focus on cartwheels, and so again I have the lovely Miss Sarah to help demonstrate so I can walk you through some of the technical elements that you want to be focusing in, especially when you're at home. The first thing to be aware of is make sure you have a really wide open space. You don't necessarily need like a whole studio, but at least enough space that you can that you would do a leap in or any kind of jump so that you're not going to hit a lamp or anything like that. Best recommendation is if you can go out into the backyard if it's warm enough and do it in your grass. That would leave you a big open space to work with, okay? Also make sure that you're fully stretched. In order to do a cartwheel, you have to have a good straddle position eventually. And so if you haven't already, check out that video Miss Catherine posted for the really long stretch, and you can kind of just sneak peek at a couple of the good fundamental elements of stretching to get you nice and warmed up, okay? Outside of that, we'll go ahead and get started. So remember that when you are doing a cartwheel, you want to start in this proper position with your tendu facing forward. Your arms are going to be straight in front of your shoulders and not above or winding up or anything like that. You want to go straight from this position. You're going to step forward into kind of like your lunge with your parallel feet. Make sure to really use your lunge on your cartwheel. You know that that's what gives you your spring. Your hands at this point in time are going to kind of twist towards the back, and then you're going to go over in your cartwheel, hitting that nice center position, and then coming down with your foot as close to your hand as possible, going back into that lunge and reversing back into that starting position. Remember, it's always good to practice both sides. Miss Sarah actually did her right side, so now she's going to do her left side, coming back the exact same way with the good lunge, landing back where she started from. And I'll have her demonstrate fast one more time, both sides. And as you can see, her legs are nice and straight, her toes are pointed, and she's looking at the ground. Make her do it one more time so you can see where her eyes are looking, even though her spine is nice and straight, okay? If you are comfortable with that cartwheel and you're ready for like the next step up, we would do a one-arm swing. Make sure you're still working on all that technique, straight legs, pointed feet, and big lunge at the beginning. But you're going to take your same arm and leg is going to be on the ground the first time, and you're going to swing that second arm backwards as you do your lunge. Go ahead. And then you would do the same, the reverse direction, same arm, so this time it would be your left hand that goes on the ground and your right arm that swings. And then if you've mastered that skill as skillfully as Miss Sarah, then you can move on to the opposite arm swing, which is a level up in difficulty. So if your right leg is forward, your right arm is going to be the one swinging, and your left arm is going to kind of curve over. Make sure that your arms are super strong when you do this one. And notice how she lands back, staying in that perfect starting position, and then she's going to do it the other direction, which means her left arm will swing this time, and her right arm will twist over. Cool. Good. And that is pretty much where 90% of you will go. For those of you still looking for that upper challenge, or if you've mastered everything up until this point, you can move on to these two additional cartwheel things. If you haven't mastered all those steps, please refrain from practicing these because I don't want you to get hurt at home. Okay, these two skills are kind of our precursors to getting your aerial, so it's really important that you've mastered all the one-armed regular cartwheel things first before going forward, okay? So the first one is our flying cartwheel, which we've talked about before for the girls that are at this level. The one thing that you're going to do is you're going to swing those arms just like you did, but this time instead of keeping them backwards, they're going to go all the way around and grab on the ground at the last second, okay? Go ahead, Miss Sarah. And just for all of you at home, that today was Miss Sarah's first time ever doing that. So, nice progression work there. And you can do that if you've mastered all the steps leading up to that. You only have to do that on one side because it is a prep for an aerial. If you can attempt on both sides, great, but not necessary. The other technical thing you could be working on on to work on your aerial is your cartwheel sequences from your knee. So you can do the exact same sequences that we did before, both arms, one arm, other arm, but all of these movements starting at your knee, so you can see she'll start and she'll land back in that same position, and then you can go back and do it one arm, and just keep going back and forth and working on that cartwheel technique, okay? Really make sure that you're doing proper technique and not winding up and going crazy with your cartwheels, landing in that nice controlled position, and hope to see you guys videotaping. I'd love to see your cartwheels at home, okay? All right, thanks guys.